What's up? What's up? All right, this is supposed to be a boxing live stream, but um, I guess the fight is already over. If you ask me, I think the monster beat hot and spicy, you know. But I got a little rants, a little problems with the sport of boxing. Um, if the sport of boxing wants to get to a higher level, you guys got to get broadcast on some networks, man. You know, the fights are getting canceled. Other sporting events are becoming over it. You know, this fight was supposed to be on ESPN. I don't know where it's at. Can't find it. You know, I saw highlights of it, like as if they was going to box. Then all of a sudden, they cut the Sports Center. Um, really upsetting news, man. And I really had plans to watch this fight, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Lomachenko was supposed to box tonight. You know, yeah, the fight is over. You know, it's not supposed to be over. You know, I was monitoring, and keeping the good tabs on everything. But guess what? Don't mean nothing because ESPN wasn't airing it that like that. Did you get to see the fight, Bistro? How is boxing ever going to succeed as a sport if all you do is just put the fights on pay-per-view? What happened to boxing on Showtime? What happened to boxing on HBO? You need to get your contracts back and get on TV. I thought it was a good thing when they was putting boxing on ESPN, but apparently it's not a good thing because they put other sports over boxing. They had canceled a boxing event and put Sports Center on. They got baseball games on right now when it says in the on the scheduling, boxing is supposed to be on. What's the point of going on live and having a live boxing screen if the fight's over with? You know, the Nets pack. You know, hey man, this is a different season, man. You know, this is going to be a lot of what ifs for a lot of teams. What if the Lakers was fully healthy? What if the Brooklyn Nets was fully healthy? You know, Harden had no business out there being playing basketball, to be honest, but he gonna have to get spoke because he was out there playing. If you know you can't help your team, man, you're better off not playing at all, to be honest with you. You know, but Lomachenko was supposed to fight today. He didn't show up. You know, I didn't. There's been more boxing fights on today than basketball games, but yet you don't air these things out. You don't put these things on TV for people to watch. That makes no sense. But guess what? They had time to air out on. You put UFC on cable TV. UFC was on before boxing event kicked off. But all of a sudden, you just kicked the boxing event off? This is the problem with boxing. You don't have a stable foundation where you can air out these fights. I was pumped up for this fight. A rising star. You know, he was fighting a underdog Filipino fighter, but nevertheless, it would have been a good fight to see. James Harden is one of the reasons they lost. Yes, it's because he wasn't James Harden. If he was James Harden, they probably would have won. But he was out there hot dogging it, looking for fouls. He wasn't playing like James Harden. You know? You know, I'm kind of pissed off right now. I'm kind of upset because I've been waiting for this boxing event and it's not even on. You know, you can tell the disappointment in my face, you know? So I had to cancel everything. Had to cancel the other brother from coming in here because said, hey, yo, the fight not even on, man. What's going on? What's with the sport of boxing? Now you got people, you only just going to have people try to set up links and live streams. Boxing, why are you charging money to have people watch the sport? I shouldn't have to pay $60 to watch a boxing fight, especially if it's non-pay-per-view. You think people want to spend $50 on every single boxing fight? You know, this is nonsense. This is ridiculous. See, now look, the boxing came back on now. And now they got boxing back on with these two chicks that was boxing. But you're not showing me the main event. I'm pretty sure it's over with. I don't have no outlets to tell me who won the fight. I don't know who won the fight. I don't even know if the fight is taking place right now. It's really pissing me off because there's no outlets to watch these things. You turn these fights on and off, but UFC get the fight. You get to have UFC play these fights. But meanwhile, people that love boxing, that want to watch boxing, they got to pay $60 for fights. I got to pay $60 to watch Lomachenko fight. Now you wonder why the sport is dying. This is BS. You know, you're going to charge me for Earl Spence and Manny Pacquiao. Only way I could get that, if I get it the grimy way, I could get it the grimy way, the illegal way, or I could go about purchasing the fight and supporting the sport of boxing. I'd rather put my money to support the sport of boxing because I genuinely care about the sport of boxing. It's not that, Bistro. It's the fact that these guys don't get, how are they going to be stars if you can't watch them? They have no exposure. They have no way of seeing these guys fight. No way. Now, as I look right now, they airing out the same boxing fight with these two females fighting. So now you're going to run the card back again, but it's over with. The fight already took place. So when you go on live and you want to talk about a boxing event, you can't because everybody already know who won already. Now, this is an underground fight. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't even know about these two fighters fighting. But what about Lomachenko? He's a big fighter. How come we can't get to see him fight? You keep hearing about these boxers, but back in the day, they had something called HBO Boxing. It came on every Saturday. All right? If you had HBO, you could watch guys box. You could watch boxing fights. Showtime Boxing. They lost all their contracts, and Showtime Boxing got greedy. They start charging people for money. All they do now is just the all access, but they barely put on fights on Showtime. So now you can't even watch boxing on Showtime too much because you got all these streaming services that charge you money to watch a boxing fight. Why can't you be like the NBA more? NFL, at least we get to watch these games. You pay a cable bill, I should be able to have a boxing fight. Now, I'm getting the fight re-aired right now as we speak. Okay? I don't know who won or who lost the fight, but this is still kind of almost pointless to me. The fight is about to start right now. But I'm pretty sure everybody already got their winners. Everybody already know who won. You know? This is nonsense. Now, I won't be surprised if they end the same fight that I just watched with these two females fighting. Then they cut off and go back to Sports Center. We was just about to watch the fight. They cut the fight off to go to Sports Center. I don't want to watch no damn Sports Center to see the Nets versus the Bucks. I just watched the game already. Why I want to see a bunch of highlights for? You know? It's ridiculous. Well, I mean, hey, those brothers got no reason to be quiet. The Nets went out like a true team, man. You got everything you asked for in Kevin Durant. He did everything possible. You know, there's only so much he could do without a running mate. Basketball is a team sport, okay? You can't win games by yourself. Basketball has never been a game where you win by yourself, okay? All I ask for is the superstars to be the superstars. Okay, I got on LeBron because LeBron wasn't LeBron. That's why. I didn't have a problem with him losing. I had a problem with him not showing up. That's my problem. That's my problem with all stars or certain players. It was up there, man. It was a pretty great, entertaining game. No, the Nets deserve some smoke. Yeah, you're right. They lost. They deserve some smoke. But I'm not gonna throw them under the bus, okay? Because we know if they were fully healthy, they probably would have won. Just like we know the Lakers was fully healthy, they would have won. Okay, you got to put some stuff in context a little bit, man. You know. And the Nets had nothing to do with the Lakers. If you're a Lakers fan, what you got to do with the Nets? You don't even play in the same conference. You know, the Nets try to buy a free championship. James Harden came to the Nets to get a free championship. And karma bit him in a you know what? Mailbox? You outside for what? All right, I'm coming down with it. So yeah, man. So that's my problem tonight, man. I just wanted to air out my feelings for this boxing event. You know, the mood already passed. All of that stuff, man. So, the hell with the fight, man. I'm pretty sure it's restarting right now. They're going to play it and air it right now. But it is what it is, man. I could have been talking about this fight because that's what I wanted to do. You know, the Nets got a little bit of karma, man. I don't know what Kyrie issue was, but if he knew this was Game 7 was important, he should have went out and tried to play if he had what it takes. You know, Kyrie should have went out there and played if he wasn't that hurt. You know, I can't tell how hurt a player was, but he should have went out there and played if he had the chance. But nevertheless, man, you know, I got on here live. I was thinking the fight was going to come. They were all getting prepped up and happy, but you know what? It didn't came on. Boxing needs to get their shit together. Get your shit together. Fix the sport of boxing because this not fun. Air the fights on program television so people can watch. This way you can make stars. You're never going to see superstars in boxing if you keep charging people money to see guys that's not established yet or you don't know nothing about. It don't make any sense. But I'm out, y'all, man. This fight is not even out, so it is what it is, yo. We out. Peace.